They aren't even hiding it anymore. A Republican candidate for the U.S. Senate said, let's put police officers, retired or off-duty police officers, as our poll watchers in Detroit. Because go ahead, try to intimidate them, please. And that came from Mike Rogers, a Republican candidate for U.S. Senate from Michigan. He was the former chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, standing in front of a Kalamazoo County GOP meeting last month. And he said the quiet part out loud. And thankfully, his comments were then obtained by the Detroit News. And I want to pause on something for a second. This guy was the former chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, the man overseeing America's intelligence apparatus for years, as apparently didn't realize that these comments would probably get out. Or maybe he did. Maybe he wanted them to get out. I don't know. But Rogers wasn't done. He said, I mean, they wouldn't be able to wear their uniforms, but they would, all you got to do is open your jacket and you see the badge on the belt, right? Open your jacket, see the badge in a polling place in Detroit. And I don't need to remind you that the voters in Detroit are predominantly black, right? And under federal law, it is a federal crime to intimidate, threaten, or coerce any person to interfere with their right to vote. And under state law in Michigan, same deal. So Rogers is proposing a federal crime. And at least at the federal level, nothing will be done. Why? Because it's Trump's DOJ running the show. While that same Trump DOJ is separately demanding voter roll data from Wayne County in what looks to be an attempt to build infrastructure to challenge Detroit's results in 2026 and 2028. And look, we know this type of crap is happening all over the country. We see it in Louisiana, Governor Jeff Landry declaring a state of emergency, a friggin' state of emergency, to suspend congressional primary elections that were already underway. Mail ballots already been sent, early voting just about to begin. And that suspension came just 48 hours after the Supreme Court gutted the Voting Rights Act and cleared the way for Republicans to redraw Louisiana's maps, to eliminate black congressional representation, and you see GOP-led state legislatures across the country doing the same. But in Louisiana, 100,000 absentee ballots were already in the mail. And the governor, he doesn't care about the voters. He's told them, these votes that you've already made, those won't count. So you're going to have to vote twice. And of course, Trump posts on Truth Social thanking Landry for moving so quickly. I mean, think about this. Think about what happened. An election was already underway. People had already voted. And the governor declared an emergency to make sure that those votes didn't count. You know what the emergency is here? Is that his party, the GOP, the Republicans, are about to lose representation. And they're going to have to try to steal it back. That's the emergency. Someone might win who wasn't supposed to, according to Landry. And in Florida, our home state, little Ronnie DeSantis in his lifted boots, he signed a new congressional map into law that gives Republicans a 24-4 advantage in Florida's congressional seats. 24-4 in a state that is not 24-4 in its breakdown. I mean, this is a large, diverse, competitive state. And a 24-4 split, that's not representation. That's just coloring all over the map and saying, hey, my guys are going to get in office. And DeSantis, he's not even hiding it. He posted on X, signed, sealed, and delivered, using a Stevie Wonder song, a black man, recorded by a black man, beloved by black and white Americans alike, to announce a map designed to eliminate black congressional representation. That's Ron DeSantis' flex here. That's Ron DeSantis looking at you with a stupid smirk like, ha, got away with it this time. And here's what all of these stories have in common, whether it's in Michigan or Florida or Louisiana. All of this is happening in the open. Nobody is trying to hide it. Rogers out loud in Detroit says, try to intimidate them, please. Governor Landry declared an emergency on a map ruling that isn't even finalized yet. And Ron DeSantis is referencing Stevie Wonder while signing a gerrymandered map to eliminate black representation. That is your Republican Party, and that's their plan. They've decided they don't need to hide the plan anymore because the Supreme Court told them, you don't have to. You don't have to hide it anymore. You can do whatever you want to cheat at the elections in November. But that's where we need you. We must start now to secure November. And I'm counting on you guys to make sure that you're hitting that notification icon. Make sure that you're commenting on all of our stories. I need you to do that with us and any independent media outlet that's out there telling the truth.